What's going on, everybody? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, give us a comment throughout the show. Go Birds.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the fuck are you talking about?
What is going on, Phlite Zone fam, A2D fam? I'm back from my retreat that the Phillies sent me on. It was a rough one, especially in Arizona, but they sent me far away, and I made a little bit of recovery after that San Diego series. So glad to be back. Evan did a great job last show. Shout out to Hunter for filling in for me. It was a great show, boys.
Thank you.
We're going to continue to roll on tonight. Tonight's going to be heavy Eagles talk. I feel like the Phillies don't deserve for us to talk about them for another hour and a half like we did 2 weeks ago. That Arizona series killed us. If you even take 2 or 3 from them right now, you're 3 games back. But instead, you're 5 games back. And as usual, Philly teams fall asleep on teams that they should beat. And it's a shame. And we'll get into that at the end of the show, but we're not spending an hour and a half talking about them. They're in timeout right now. They sent me to a place far, far away. I figured myself out. I had time to think. I was talking with other people, talked out all the issues that I've been having with the Philadelphia sports team. Before we start the show, before we get into the poll, just remember, the show is always brought to you by Body Check Wellness, which is a line of products that promote wellness, balance, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use that promo code A2D for 25% off your order at Body Check Wellness. And as we all know, we do have that great partnership, great sponsorship with Manscaped, and we will. It's a great product, Evan. We got to use that promo code at Manscaped as well to get some Manscaped products.
For sure.
Anyway.
Christmas is coming up too. Is coming up.
Christmas, birthdays. I know there's a lot of birthdays in October, November. Get your Christmas presents, get your birthday presents in line. A2D, we got you.
Sure.
All right, let's get right into it. The poll leads us into all of our topics today. We're doing heavy Eagles. We have not done a heavy Eagles show since I think we were talking about Carson Wentz in February. We have not done a heavy Eagles show since we were talking about replacing the Super Bowl or not. Which, by the way, I would still do that. I would still take, a functional NFL franchise for a decade, assuming that we would get a few rings out of that, because we were set in the driver's seat, and then everything went to hell because everybody thought they were smarter than everybody else. Anyway, I digress. Eagles will play meaningful football come December in 2021. Agree or disagree? I'm going to flat out agree to this poll. Evan and I did a quick rundown. Actually, it was an in-depth rundown of the Eagles schedule this year. And we do have notes today. I know it's no note radio, but we wanted to do notes. We wanted to come prepared for this Eagles schedule. We wanted to dissect it. And as I was dissecting it, it had the past 3 years written all over it. We are going to lose to the teams that we should beat, and we are going to beat the teams that we should lose to. I have us beating the Buccaneers in week 5 or week 6, one of those weeks. I have us beating the Buccaneers at home. It's going to be a quick turnaround. It's going to be a Thursday night football game. We're going to beat the Bucs, and we'll get to that later on in the show. But I just look at this roster, and I see a plethora of veteran free agents on the defensive side of the ball that came here and signed a 1-year deal in Eric Wilson, Anthony Harris, Steven Nelson, Ryan Kerrigan. You got all those guys on the defense side of the ball. I've been saying it for 2 weeks now. I think this defense is going to be a top 10 defense. I think pending health on this offensive line, which I think they're managing it pretty well. They've stayed probably the healthiest they've been in the offseason in 3 years now. So pending the offensive line health, they're a top 3 offensive line, and you have young weapons on the receiving core. You saw that catch that Jalen Reagor made. We all saw Devante Smith off the line, and I know there's a lot of hate on Devante Smith. I don't know why, but I think that's just people trying to rain on our parade.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the 2 tight ends that are going to be Hurts' security blanket, and it's all going to come down to Hurts. I don't want to put this kid on a pedestal. I don't want to give this kid expectations and watch him not succeed those expectations like his legal team has been doing since last November.
Yeah.
I don't want that because Jalen Hurts' legal team, if Jalen Hurts doesn't show up and do what Jalen Hurts' legal team is saying that he can do, I could sense the division in this city like we had against Carson Wentz, like we have against Ben Simmons right now. So I'm trying to throw away all the expectations on Jalen Hurts. But the bottom line is he's either going to be good or he's going to be bad because everything is set up next to him. I know I went on a little tangent, but
yeah.
Go ahead, Evan.
I also agree to the poll. I really hope so. I mean, we saw a decrepit NFC East squad, I guess you could, or not really squad, teams last year. I don't really see the NFC East getting that much better. I mean, for the exception of maybe Saquon Barkley coming back, and you can't even rely on the Prescott coming back. I mean, we'll get more in depth with all the other NFC East teams, but I just don't see any team that has gotten much better to where they're a lock of winning the East. I really think that it's anybody's division still, just as it was last year, and I can see the Eagles going 8-9, 9-8. We'll get, like I said, we'll get into the depth of things in a little bit, but I'm confident in him. I'm confident in Hurts. I thought he showed some pretty nice things at the training camp, as well as the few plays he had during the preseason so far. I really hope he can play against the Jets. So I think that would be some meaningful football and some meaningful games, just to, because you can't go throwing him right into the first game of the season. I mean, he got thrown into the game last season just out of nowhere, pretty much. Like, we were expecting it, but I don't know if he was ready.
Yeah,
as he would be for a full season coming up this year. But I just think he should get that a few more plays, maybe 2 quarters down his sleeve. I mean, like, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think he'll be all right. The wide receivers, I wasn't too happy. The last game, I thought it was kind of stupid not having your starting offensive line out there. I know Hurts wasn't playing, but I think that you should have that offensive line out there just to give Flacco. Flacco knows what he's doing. He might not seem like he knows what he's doing. The man's been in the league forever. He has a Super Bowl ring, and he's a pretty good quarterback. You know, not right now maybe, but you know, Jimmy, it's one of those things that they needed to do. If you want to get the wide receivers work, you want to get the offensive line some work. You put in the offensive line, you give Flacco time, and you give time to the wide receivers to get open. You know, like that's not meaningful time for the wide receivers if you have that offensive line we had last season pretty much out there getting just wrecked. You know, going against who was it? Not Hightower, like whoever it was for the Pats. They had a few of their starting D linemen that have been there forever. So
yeah, that was just another example of the Philadelphia organization thinking outthinking themselves, outsmarting themselves.
Yeah,
they think they know more than what they do. If you want to pull up your, if you want to stop your camera real quick, I'm going to stop my camera as well, and we'll show you what Howie Roseman is currently doing right now. He's looking for a clue. That's what he's doing. He's looking like Howie Roseman is looking for a clue right now.
Yep.
And this is good. This is going to be on throughout the entire season on the Phlite Zone. It's what's going to happen. As long as Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie can stay out of this team's way, and the football minds handle the football mind operation, handle all the football operations, I think there's no reason why this team shouldn't win 10 games.
Absolutely.
Like, everybody's looking at the schedule. Everybody's saying, oh, my God, especially the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, they're going to be the same football team that they've been over the past 4 years.
Yep.
They're going to be a 500 football team in the beginning of the year. It's going to be the same thing with this division. We all thought that this division got better. I really don't. We looked at each team's schedule, and each team's schedule, it seems like we have the hardest schedules in the NFL. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because these rosters suck. The Cowboys still don't have a defense. Yeah, they got Micah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be playing corner? Who's going to be playing safety?
I don't even know.
And they got an old ass defensive line.
They need to bring Sean Lee out of retirement.
Oh man, we're gonna have a couple highlights to talk about today, i.e. Ben Simmons. But those highlights of Carson moving like he has 2 brand new ankles, moving like he has 2 brand new knees. We're getting that first round pick. Everybody was hating for no reason 3 weeks ago. The man is a warrior. He's going to give us a first-round pick. I guarantee it. And we'll get to the comments in a second regarding the poll. Remember, the poll for the day brought to you by Body Check Wellness. The poll for the day is, will the Eagles play meaningful football come December? And piggybacking off of a couple of your points, Evan, it goes back to the front office, like I just said a few seconds ago.
Yep.
Like, I believe in the players. I truly do. I believe in this head coach. I believe in the coaching staff. The defense isn't going to show much in the preseason. We have no idea what Gannon's going to do, and that's great. That's going to be great going into Atlanta. So we'll talk about it. Let's see what the comments say. I saw a few agrees. Our boy Tom, he's agreeing. And then I also saw a couple of disagrees. I know number 19, Spurner, was rolling around agree to disagree last night. Him and I were having some fun in the comment section. He says, disagree. I was buying into the hype until I started paying better attention. This team is a hot mess. If they don't win the first game against Atlanta, they may be vying for the number 1 draft pick in 2022. Now, I wanted to say all along last night that I genuinely think that this is JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Like, I truly think that this is his burner. Because some of the points he was saying, he was it's just there's a lot of hate coming from just Whiteside. Like, I understand the hate with this football team right now, considering everything that has happened since we won that Super Bowl.
Yep. But this is a whole completely different team. I mean, it's not really, if you really look at it, like, we still have the Emperor, Howie Roseman up there, and Jeffrey Lurie, but Darth Vader is out of here, Peterson's out, Anakin Skywalker out, Carson Wentz out, you know what I mean? Like, this is the whole Star Wars pretty much trilogy right now, but this is a whole new thing right now. You got Nick Sirianni, you got a bunch of young guys, young coaches. I mean, that's what probably this team needs, just a new maybe a locker room. Things got a little toxic last year, maybe, and the year before that. But a lot of people are saying they want the first pick and all that. But I would like to see some meaningful football. Yeah, it would be nice to see. After last year, it would be very nice to see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I fully disagree to this. It was the team that pulled the starters last preseason game. I don't see that at all. I still don't understand what happened to Jalen. Nobody really understands what happened to Jalen. I've never heard of anybody suddenly getting rushed to the hospital because they have a stomach ache. So that's up for debate. He went to the hospital. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But the way that it was fumbled around, it just had Jeffrey and Howie written all over it. So, yeah.
Yep.
And J-Jaw, I don't want him to move to – I just want him out. He should have been cut after the second preseason game.
Yeah. He was out there for a while, and he still managed to not get – I'm pretty sure that there was a few times where I did see him get held. Who the hell is holding him? Why are they holding him? He can't catch. He can't do anything. But like, actually, I was listening on the radio too, and they were saying like there was a few holds on that. I'm like, why? Why are you holding this guy back? He's literally just gonna miss it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And I also want to address something that I think that's a little annoying. I hate like the recency bias going around of Quez Watkins. I was watching some tape that was not affiliated with. It was just raw footage from the sideline of what was going on. And I was watching a few plays, and I didn't see Quez Watkins get open on a lot of plays at all. I mean, credit to Joe Flacco. He didn't have much time to look or whatever, but he wasn't getting open like ever. Like I want the hype to really stop around him, but I want him to do good, obviously, because that's just how we are. But he is a speedster. But at the end of the day, like the only 2 touchdowns he's had, one is during the preseason, one's during what was it against? Was it the Steelers maybe, or it was somebody? But it was the exact same play they ran and called a touchdown on before.
Yeah.
Quez caught a touchdown, and
Well,
I haven't seen him get open for plays. Like have you seen him go?
I think that everything we saw from the players against that Patriots team was just complete BS. It was bogus. It wasn't real. Like the one thing, there was 2 things. Devante Smith getting off the line of scrimmage is a real thing.
Yeah.
He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a flat out stud. And then Alex Singleton on the defensive side of the ball. He's everywhere. Those are the 2 things that I took away from that preseason game. And it was just awful TV to watch. That was one of the those were 2 of the main things that I got from that preseason game against the Patriots.
Yeah, and when you score no points at all and not particularly close at all, I just think that it's a hard game to watch, and there's not really any positives you can take out of a game when you lose by 35 and you score none at home in front of the fans. Like that was kind of embarrassing when you saw I just saw Flacco come out. I was like, oh my fucking God, are you serious? Like that was all they were booing at the stadium already.
Yep.
Like we're getting ready for the regular season. It feels like I just feel like it's coming, Jimmy. I don't know. I know I said I agree to the poll, but I still feel like that second quarter, like the end of the first half, all those boo birds coming out like they do every single year.
Yep.
And I feel like
it's gonna come.
Can't recover.
It's gonna come down to QB1. The second coming of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That's what this team is going to come down to. It's going to come into the hands of Jalen Hurts. And I got a feeling that I'm going to be getting into a lot of battles with his legal team this season, which I'm totally okay with.
Yeah.
But you guys are putting him on this pedestal. Like I saw a stat. Philly TTP, I think it was. Affiliation with A2D Radio. And it was the only quarterbacks in NFL history to throw 2 300-yard games and have 60 rushing yards twice in all of their career. And Jalen was on there. It was Jalen Hurts, Michael Vick, Steve Young, Donovan McNabb, Russell Wilson, Rich Gannon, and maybe one other person. And that's just the type of stuff I've been seeing since last December. And that's the type of stuff that is making me want to pump the brakes on all the Jalen Hurts hype, because this is a pattern that reoccurs in this town. And it's kind of in relation to what Danny Green said. At first, I heard Danny Green on what he was saying, and then I realized how much of a scumbag he was for saying what he said about us as fans. But the one thing we do as fans is we put our young athletes that flash for maybe 1 or 2 games, and we put them on pedestals. The minute that they fail, we get into their mind.
Yeah.
We get into their heads. We slam it into the organization to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Now, partially it's on the play. I think it's fully on the players for being that mentally weak. But I'm just trying to stop a pattern that I've seen in this city since I remember watching. Really, since I remember watching sports.
Absolutely.
So we need to pump the brakes on the Jalen Hurts love. It's a clean slate. The kid played 4 games last year, went 1-3, playing with an awful offensive line, playing with scumbag wide receivers, i.e. Alshon Jeffrey, playing with injury-prone wide receivers, Deshaun Jackson, playing with a former college quarterback as his best receiver, Greg Ward. You had an injury-prone running back in Miles Sanders. You had a horrible offensive line. You had a horrible play caller. You had a front office that was setting the game day rosters.
Yep.
That's what Jalen Hurts was playing behind last year.
Mm.
And everybody wants to look at his stats. Oh, look at his stats. Look at his stats. Oh, same people that probably say that Dak Prescott is the greatest quarterback in the league because he drops 500 yards a game because he's down 30-10 going halfway through the third quarter and the defense plays a soft zone, and that's how he gets 500 yards because people are backing off of it. I hate those types of stats.
Yep.
Those types of stats are what ruin these young guys nowadays in our town. So all I'm saying is pump the brakes on Jalen Hurts. Like, if we want to be real, the realest thing from Jalen Hurts is he got figured out after one game of film footage. One game of film, he got figured out. One half against the Dallas Cowboys, which was the worst defense in NFL history last year. He got figured out, and he dropped 3 points in one half. That's what I see in Jalen Hurts. But then again, that all gets wiped clean because of everything I said about the football team last year.
Yep.
And yes, we did do that to Ball. I did that to Ball.
Yeah. I feel like it's a recent thing. Or no, it's been happening for years. And another thing is, like, it is Philly media at the same time, but it's also all these people like Bleacher Report, ESPN. Like, everyone just wants to make highlights nowadays. And if people make highlights and then they go and do something like stupid or they're just not as good. You know what I mean? Like, there's always something wrong when it comes to just getting all that hype put around you. Some people just can't handle that. And I just think, like, the perfect person like that is like Ben. I mean, yeah, just Ben. Ben. I mean, like, Carson, you can't really say that the fame or whatever got to him or anything like that. I mean, I never doubted him on his grind or anything like that. But it's just like some of the young guys they're just doing it for the money, or they're just doing it for the fame. Like, they can't cope with all this.
Yeah.
And I just think it's like a job to work in or to play in Philly, because you need to please the fans, and you can't please the fans and please yourself at the same time all the time. I get that, but you gotta try. You gotta try your ass off.
Evan, it's our generation. It's the Gen Z generation. It's the millennial generation. We're filled with a bunch of softies.
We are. And
these guys that we draft, that we put on a pedestal, some of them are very soft.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Wing, what the I try and give you my realist perspective on what I think of Jalen Hurts. I hope to God he succeeds. I really do. But if he fails, I could already see the division that will be in this city. It'll be like the division of Carson Wentz. It'll be like the division of Ben Simmons. And then Jalen Hurts will go off somewhere and he'll win. I already sense it. So we got to get this guy off a pedestal and start with a clean slate. Mm-hmm. If he's bad, he's bad. If he's good, he's good. And I'll be happy with that.
Yep. What's up, Philly Insider?
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Thank you guys for checking in. Yeah. I mean,
Markel. Forgot about that.
Markel Fultz, we were cheering our asses off for all three of these guys when they succeeded, Carson included. And everybody knows I'm the biggest Carson fan in the world. Yes, he did have a mental relapse or a mental lapse last season. Now, part of that is the organization doing him wrong, but if you're mentally strong, you get over that. But he wanted to go to the Midwest again. He wanted to be in the cornfields, and that's where he is now. And wish him nothing but the best. Hope he plays 75% of the snaps or 70% of the snaps, and they make a playoff so that we can get a first-round pick.
Another thing about Markel, he never really had any success, and we could never really put him on a pedestal. He was actually kind of already on a pedestal just because he was the first pick in the draft, but he never really had any success in Philly. I mean, you could say the same thing about Ben. Not as much as Markel. I mean, there's nothing significant that Ben really did besides like score triple doubles here and there. And
No, Marco Fultz had a 10, 10, and 10 triple double, and
everyone was going crazy.
We went crazy for the kid.
Yeah. Every
time he made a free throw, we went crazy for the kid.
Yep.
But we're the bad guys.
Yeah, and I don't even mean to keep talking about Ben, but like, I just it's so funny.
That's for later in the show. That's going to be our crumb of the show.
Well, let's save it. Let's save it. I don't want to.
His Ben Simmons annual workout. You'll see it on the radar at the bottom of the screen. We of course are going to start talking about that because Ben Simmons is going to be on the team this year, and whether we like it or not.
Shanghai Shark.
All right, let's get into record predictions for the Eagles. I will pull up what I wrote down for these boys. All right, week 1, September 12th, 1 p.m. kickoff. Eagles at Atlanta. What do you have, Evan?
I have the Eagles winning this one. I think Jalen Hurts comes out, doesn't perform as well as everyone thinks he will, or as he hopes he will. I actually think he's not going to have a throwing touchdown, although I think he will have he will have a run-in touchdown, I think. Yeah. I said the score is going to be 15-17, very, very similar to back
the other times.
All the other times we played them. Every other time we played them, it's been close. And I think the Falcons they have not gotten better and they haven't gotten worse because, to be fair to them, Julio Jones he didn't really play at all last year, and he was hurt for most of the years before. So I just think that Kyle Pitts was a huge, huge thing for them. Although I do think the Eagles pull this one out just because of their defense.
Yeah.
I think Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts both I think we get like a game-winning field goal. I'm thinking just to start it off. I think that would be pretty nice. Hopefully, our boy's okay and he can kick field goals too.
Jake Elliott 4-3
with his hurt pinky toe or whatever the hell's wrong with him.
Greatest Eagle kicker of all time. Elliott. No, I think the Falcons are just as bad as an organization as we were from the top. When you're that putrid of a team on the defensive side of the ball, and you decide to use your the 4th pick, 5th pick, top 6 pick. When you decide to use a top 6 pick on a tight end, I don't care how good that tight end is.
Mm-hmm.
When you decide to use a top 6 pick on a tight end, when your defense is that bad, and you already have a solid-looking offense, you're a bad organization.
Hence, Cowboys have done it for the last few years.
Yeah, except this year when they went all out on defense. Yep. But I still think they're going to be garbage. They're going to be what the Cowboys always are, average.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be slightly above average. Yep. But I think this Atlanta Falcons franchise is just a disgrace. I think the Jalen Hurts coming out party, I think the Nick Sirianni party come out, it's going to be great. I think I have them winning 26-20. I think the offense is going to look good. I think our defense is going to hold up and only give up 20 points. And I think we're going to win that by nearly a touchdown.
Yep.
So
sure.
I got them 1-0 right now.
Yep.
All right. Next game, going to be the home opener. San Francisco at Philadelphia. I'll start off with this one.
All right.
This is going to be a shocker. I truly believe this Eagles team is going to start off 2-0. There's going to be so much hype surrounding us going into week 3. I think this home opener is going to be like no other. And the defense is going to feed into the crowd. And we are going to win this 19-17. So I got to start at 2-0. I think the defense is going to shut down whatever Shanahan has planned, whether it's Jimmy G or Trey Lance I'm hoping it's Trey Lance. But I think we're going to shut them down. 2-0.
Okay. I'm not really sure about this game too much yet. We'd have to see closer, but I do have them losing this one.
Okay.
20-10. I just think that the San Francisco defense is it's going to be one of the best in the league. Nick Bosa's back. He's going to be good to go week 2, I bet. There's a few other guys on that line and a few other guys on that team, on that defense who they're stoppers, man. They're just not letting. I don't think they get into Hurts' all that BS run and stuff. I just think they're gonna have those gadget plays, you know what I'm talking about, or not the gadget plays. They're gonna have the spy plays. So
the only rebuttal I have to that is it's only gonna be week 2, and our offensive line still better be healthy by week 2.
Yeah. And that's been an issue the last few years. Again, health is going to be a big dependent on what we say these records are going to be. I mean, we can say the Eagles are going to have the best or the worst record in the league, and they might stay healthy and they might win 10 games. But yeah, I do have them losing this one, 20-10. I think Trey Lance comes out. Actually, I think this is going to be a game where Jimmy G. I'd have to see who San Francisco. Okay, they play the Lions first, so maybe I don't know what they'll do. They might throw out Jimmy G first, and they might do one of those just bring him in situations. But if Jimmy G struggles against the Lions at home, which I don't think he will, but yeah, the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles will win this one either way. Either way, what quarterback it is.
We're winning this one.
I don't know, Jim.
The offensive line is going to be healthy. There's still only going to be 1 week of footage on Jalen Hurts. The running game is going to eat up them. Our offensive line is still going to be healthy. Milata. Dickerson may be back for week 2. Probably not. Maybe, though. If not, Sayamalu is a great fill-in. Jason Kelsey at center. Brandon Brooks at right guard. Lane Johnson at right tackle. You still got the 2 tight ends. Ertz and Goddard. And you have studs. You have really, really fast studs as wide receivers. And then you have Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, Gainwell.
I forgot to actually mention, it is a pretty big advantage that it is a 1 o'clock start. I'm seeing all in the comments. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, they are coming over to us after playing. Yeah, they're playing one a week before, so I don't really know how it'll affect them too much, but we'll see on that one. I'm still going to say they're going to lose this one by 10.
Okay. I feel like the only reason why people are saying we lose this game is because we're terrified of what the 49ers are. What the 49ers were last year.
Their offense is bad. Their offense is not as good as people think it is. George Kittle is back this year, mind you that. George Kittle was not playing against the Eagles, I do not think. What week was it? Was it week 7 or something like that when we played them?
It was early. It was week 3 or
was it week 3?
Yeah. That was when
week 4. But yeah, Kittle wasn't even playing. So
that's when Carson threw it to Fulgham. That was Fulgham's coming out party. I'm pretty sure it was week 5.
Okay. So yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people saying that we lose this game is because we're just frightened of the 49ers. And the 49ers were hurt bad last year. And everybody sees what happens when a team just gets annihilated with injuries. What happens the previous year? They stay steadily, slightly above a 500 team. Maybe they come back strong, but how often does that happen? It didn't happen with us, right?
Nope. No.
So everybody thinking that this 49ers team is going to go 15-2 and they're just going to be a powerhouse in the NFC, I think we got to pump the brakes on them. I truly do. So we'll see what happens.
I hope they win.
Troy, I don't think the Phillies are screwed. Keep the hope up. They're just in timeout tonight. That's it. Martian Lynch. All right, week 3. Guess what week 3 is? Monday Night Football.
Cowboys week, baby.
Monday Night Football. Evan and I, live reaction. And what happens when we do
Right.
live reaction shows?
That is going to be that game is going to be bussing. I really hope that they can pull this one out. I do have them winning this one, Jimmy. Even though it is in Dallas at 8:15 p.m., about an hour and 15 minutes before we start, they're going to start. I think that they will win this one against the Cowboys.
Wow.
I just think it will be a big statement win. I feel like Jalen Hurts will have a huge game, and I think this is going to be one for the record books, but I think they win this one 27-10. 27-10. I'm going to say a
27-10.
Yes.
Wow.
I just think that Jalen Hurts is going to have some sort of chip on his shoulder from only scoring 3 points last year to fuck it, man. We're pulling out 27 points somehow.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well,
I'm seeing an L chain happen. 27-10. Yeah.
Right. Well, Red Sand. So you have a starting 2-1. Red Sand has a starting 3-0. Currently, right now, I have a starting 2-0. Donald Trump, huge Cowboy fan, allegedly, has us losing week 3.
Nah.
Okay, respectfully.
Dude, Prescott's not even going to play. You guys are going to have Ben DiNucci as your quarterback. I don't know what the hell you guys are thinking you're going to do, but
where's Molly Mall? There he is. Molly Mall. Who's your backup quarterback? Like legitimately, who is your backup quarterback? Because it really looks like that Prescott's struggling right now. I mean, his leg literally just snapped in half 10 months ago, and now he's bitching about his shoulder. So we'll see what happens with the Cowboys. But I think the Cowboys are going to have a similar record to us. I think they're going to have a similar record to the Redskins. I think the Giants are going to be a little lower than all the three of us. But
you know what's weird? I think they have kind of what we have. I think our offense isn't much proven, and we're kind of young. I think that's like their defense. I just think we're flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Whereas their offense, they have a great offense, and they have a few guys that are top 15 in their position, respectfully. I don't want to say top 10, but that, you know what I mean? Like, we have Slay, we got Cox, we got Graham.
I think our defense is far better than theirs. Our defense is far better than their defense. Their weapons are clearly better than ours.
I think we'll match up well, though.
If Ben DiNucci is their quarterback, they're going to be last place in the division. For at least the first till whenever Dak comes back, they'll be last place.
Yeah,
because I see a lot of people saying that DiNucci is their backup, so I don't know. So yeah, I have us starting out 2-0, and then that Monday night game, when you and I live react to it, a lot of heartbreak has gone on when we live react to any sports game.
Oh, dude, yeah.
With the exception of the McCutcheon walk-off, we haven't had a good live reaction.
We need to have a prayer service before or something, but I'm seeing these Micah Parsons. Can Micah Parsons play quarterback? I'm not sure. Can he play quarterback? Maybe get him back there. He's pretty big. I don't know, but no, yeah. I think the Eagles. This is gonna be a statement win for them, and say whatever you want. I'll just keep the receipts.
Well, here's what I got. I'm assuming that Dak Prescott's going to be back for week 3. If he isn't, we for sure win the game. But if Dak Prescott is back, we are going to lose that game. I have us losing that game 31-24. I think that there's going to be a last-ditch effort. Jalen's going to have the opportunity to drive down the field and tie up the game, and I think we're going to fail on that. That's what I think is going to happen in that game. I think we start off 2-1. But if Dak Prescott's still out, we're winning that game easily. So
now I just don't know about Dak. I mean, do they really want to go out and sacrifice this guy for maybe a season? Like I just don't see what the Cowboys are doing because the Cowboys really have no chance this year. If Prescott was to get hurt again, it would just be like the whole situation with Wentz, you know? Like after he gets hurt, you lose confidence and you lose the fan base, and that's really the only thing that Dak really has, I guess, or what the fans really have for the Cowboys. Like they love Dak. He's just like the whole Wentz situation, honestly. But nah, I'm not seeing the 28-14 Cowboys. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. That's bullshit. That's bullshit, dude.
Sweaty J is going to eat up Zeke in pass protection. Look, as much as it pains me, there's no chance in hell that this team is starting off 3-0. And I just see that we will win our home opener against the 49ers. And I know we're beating Atlanta. So we're starting off 2-0. I don't think there's a chance in hell that we start off 3-0. So unfortunately, I have that marked off as an L. All right. Fair. As fun as that was, let's move on to the Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, week 4 at Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Eagles are going to cover the spread. I have us losing a shootout per se. I have us losing 35-31. Mm-hmm. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to destroy this defense. As much as I'm saying that this defense is going to be a top 10 defense, I just think Patty Mahomes doesn't screw around. Like, he's literally already a top 5 quarterback in NFL history, probably. And the dude's going into a full half of a football game in preseason, and he's just playing and competing. Like, he has the heart of a lion. I have a tiger, heart of a lion. You can't bring him down.
That's fair.
So they're going to put up a 35 piece on us. I think the game will be closer than what everybody thinks. So I'm saying 35-31, and we will start 2-2.
Okay.
What up, John?
John. I'd have to disagree, man. I don't think the Eagles have a snowball chances in hell, honestly, against the Chiefs. It is at home. The link's probably going to be bumping. I don't think that will matter, like, at all. I think the Chiefs' defense is still solid, and I think their offense is just if they can all stay healthy and all that, I think they'll handle pretty easily. I think the Chiefs would win this one like 37 to 20. 37, another one of those 17-point wins. I just think that they just let off the brakes. Like, it's one of those, they could have scored like 3 more touchdowns, but just decided not to, just to end the game. I think it's going to be one of those.
Yeah. We got a lot of people saying L. There's not one person saying we lose by less than 10 points. Except Eric. We win the ones we're supposed to lose and lose the ones we're supposed to win. Yeah, I did say that in the beginning of the show, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs. It's that simple. Like, in my opinion, you start 2-0, and everybody expects us to go down to Dallas and win. We'll lose, right? The Chiefs, the Chiefs are an anomaly, so we go 2-2.
Yeah.
And did you have any other point about Kansas City, or can we move on to the Panthers?
It's really self-explanatory. I think the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and the Eagles will be the Eagles this game.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do.
Damn, Mr. Taylor. Wentz looks like a wild buck jumping out of NJ Woods at first practice back, then gets hit by a passerby old lady in a Subaru. That's just messed up. That's a great comment. That's probably one of our best comments since we've joined A2D. That's great. So yeah, Chevy, we are beating the 49ers. I say we start 2-0, then we go down to Dallas and lose. Kansas City comes here, we lose, so we're 2-2. And after all that hype in the beginning of the season, like it usually is, start off 2-0. Then you let 2 games slip away, and then you end up going to Carolina, week 5, 5th game. Eagles at Panthers. Everybody's expecting us to win. We lose that game. I say we lose that game. I just honestly, in years past, we haven't shown up to teams we should have beat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying we lose this in a low-scoring game, 20-13.
Okay.
So I got us 2-3.
Yeah. Panthers, man. The Panthers. Bearing any injuries, I do think that the Panthers are definitely going to be a better team this year than they have been in a few years past. They do have Christian McCaffrey coming back from injury, and he's one of the best players in the NFL, undoubtedly, this year. It's someone the Eagles should have picked up in the draft, but didn't get to happen. But I'm actually confident in the Eagles' chances of winning this one. They do have Sam Darnold, who is unproven as of right now, but we still also have Jalen Hurts, who is unproven. We'll really see how that goes. Like the Panthers start out their few games, they're playing. Let's see, they're playing the Jets, the Saints. Yeah, they kind of have an easy path necessarily. Like they play the Jets, the Saints, the Texans, the Cowboys, then us. So they might be riding high or they might be losing. We really don't know with them because they do have a few studs on that team, but they also have just like they don't have the experience. They don't have that winning experience. But they're similar to the Eagles. They're very similar to the Eagles. I think they're in a little bit of a better situation. They do have a better roster, I'd say, as of right now. Maybe not defensively necessarily, but I do think we have a chance of winning this one. For me, I said we were winning this one by a touchdown. I said it would be just. I said 14-21.
Okay.
21-14, we win.
Yeah, I just think Matt Rule, Joe Brady, that coaching staff is just unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to be the dark horse in the NFC this year. And like everybody's saying, everybody's expecting us to win this game. And I'm saying it's going to be a fat L. It's going to be a hard L.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go from 2-0 to 2-3 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But you got a quick turnaround come game number 6. And that is Thursday Night Football against the reigning Super Bowl champs in the Tampa Bay Bucks. They're going to be coming to Philadelphia. It's going to be Tampa Bay at Philly. And I'm saying we win this game.
Mm-hmm.
I say we win this game 30-23. Tom Brady doesn't care about he cares about every single game that he plays, but he really doesn't turn it on until he absolutely needs to. He's done it in New England. He did it in Tampa Bay last year. They're going to be coming off a quick week. They're going to think that this is going to be a cakewalk, and we will win this game. So I'm saying that we will go 3-3 after 6 games.
That's fair. I mean, the week before they do play the Dolphins, and I mean the Dolphins are a good team too, so we don't really know what's going to go on with that. It may be a trap game for the Bucks. That's what I was thinking, but unfortunately, I do have the Eagles losing this one. I don't really think it's necessarily going to be close. I had this one 30-15. I just think that Tom Brady puts on a show a little bit in the link. He doesn't really like them Eagles, man. But I mean, who does? Yeah. I just don't see it being that close. I just don't see it being that close,
Yeah, it's
their defense is good.
My theory is going to be held up well. And I'm just seeing it in the comments right now. We are 3-3 right now. Yep, Molly Mall. That is my explanation. You beat the teams you should lose to, and you lose to the teams that you should beat. Brady does not care about a Thursday night football game in Philadelphia. So,
and this is going to be October, so it might be cold. It might be cold. We'll see.
yeah, if it's a rainy day, our defense is going to be on fire.
Yeah.
All right. Jesus, Bucks 50-3. Eagles lose 31-23. President Trump 45-10 Bucks. Oh, there we go. Bucks 0, Eagles 75. Big Moose coming in with the hurt season. 9-8, babe. NFC East champs. Yeah. Look, I think Hurts is going to do what he needs to do for us to be a little bit over a 500 team.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to come down to him. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. If he's good, he's good. If he's bad, he's bad.
About it. We keep talking about like injuries too. Like the Eagles have been riddled with injuries each and every year for the past since the Super Bowl, really, even before. You just got to stay healthy this year. I hope Hurts just turns it on and stays healthy. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if he gets hurt, Mans can't run.
Mm-hmm.
Which really more can he do? You know,
you trade for Gardner Minshew.
I guess. I guess so. Did you hear about? Hold on, I need to have a little opinion for. I already know the answer to this, but just like egg you on. They're messing with me. Nick Foles, what are you thinking? You trading for BDN?
This is what he's no, and this is what happens if we do. It would be Howie Roseman looking for a clue if that actually happens. Because if you bring Nick Foles in here, and you would ruin Jalen Hurts essentially if we want to be flat out. Mm-hmm. But Howie Roseman's looking for a clue. That's what happens if we bring in Nick Foles. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Minshew would be a solid backup quarterback, especially to Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could have Joe Flacco in the QB room, keep 3 quarterbacks, have that veteran influence. Mm-hmm. But the Nick Foles project is just dumb, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I agree too, man. Like he's probably like the third string right now, I guess, over there in Chicago. I don't really know, man. He's just back to where he was before the Super Bowl.
He can't beat out Andy Dalton. Like, are you kidding me?
That's Andy
Dalton.
Dalton.
Can't beat out Andy Dalton?
That's Andy Dalton's team.
And Big Moose. You want to know why we don't have depth? Because we're drafted a quarterback in the second round when you just signed a quarterback over $100 million. That's why we don't have any depth.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the type of shit this organization does.
Mm-hmm.
But we all got our guy in Jalen Hurts. So let's see. Oh, Howie Roseman. I guess JJ came up, texted you and said that I was talking about you. You have no clue. That's what you have, Howie Roseman.
Oh, gosh.
And yeah, number 19, you're right for once. The full ship has sailed. And
so is the Whiteside. Little Whiteside thing we got still going on here. Do you think he'll make the team, Jimmy?
No.
You don't think so?
If JJ Arcega-Whiteside is on this team, the whole competition bullshit is just a farce. Dude, and Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie are still running this team.
I think they see something. Like, I see him running real hard down.
You want to know what they see? They see a mistake for drafting him over DK Metcalf, and that's why he would make this team, and that's why the whole competition bullshit would be a farce.
Yeah. You know, I dude, you seen him run down during kickoffs. He runs hard. God, he sucks. This guy stinks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
All right, let's get it. What are we at? Week
right after the Bucks is at Vegas, where
we stadium.
We should be able to take over that stadium because the Raiders don't have any fans in Vegas. unless the crazy people from Oakland make the travel.
Yeah.
Eagles will take over the Death Star, and they will win that game. I think we're going to win that game by double digits, 30-20, and we will be 4-3. I think their defense is just way too young, way too inexperienced. I think we're going to run all over them. Miles Sanders, I think he's going to have a huge game that day. So, pending health, by the way, pending health, I think Miles Sanders is a guy that you should consider in fantasy football. I think he's going to be a great right-hand man to Jalen Hurts, because the number one thing that you could have with a run-first quarterback is a great offensive line and a running back that can make things happen.
Yep.
So pending his health, I think Sanders is going to have a breakout season this year.
I can see it, maybe. So the Eagles and the Raiders. This one's it's not that similar to the 49ers. I think that George Kittle and Waller comparison is just a little similar, but their defenses are a lot different. I do think that I agree with you on that saying the Raiders have a very young defense, and they just need a lot more work on the defense side. Offensively, they lost their best wide receiver probably they've ever seen in a while, Nelson Aguilar. They still got a few other guys. Just kidding, they don't have really anybody besides that. I mean, they have Ruggs.
They have Ruggs, Waller, Jacobs.
Jacobs, I don't know. Jacobs,
I think is a very overrated running back, but
yeah.
And we'll see what happens with Derek Carr and Gruden. But
yeah,
I think they're going to have a terrible year.
I just think it's gonna be like any other year for them. I think they're like a 7-11 team. I feel like they'll be around the same record as the Eagles, whereas their division they wouldn't even be close to making a playoff spot. But we're in the NFC East, so I do think that we will win this one. It's 20-10. I think it's going to be kind of a lower scoring game. I know we said their defense isn't that great, and 20 points isn't bad to put up against a bad defense necessarily if you're playing away. Yeah, I just think it's just going to be that 10-point win, just in and out.
Yeah, and like John Brown, Willie Snead, yeah, that's okay. Like two guys that get injured. If you can contain John Brown over the top, which I feel like Gannon will have a plan, he's going to have a bunch of different formations out there, 3-4 base, 4-3 base. He's going to be switching it up. So I don't see Willie Snead doing it. He hasn't done anything in 3 years because Lamar Jackson was his quarterback, and Lamar Jackson doesn't throw the football. So, and then John Brown, he's hurt every other week. And then Brian Edwards, yeah, drafted him day 2, 2020. Philly Insider Podcast. It's just unproven names that everybody's giving us right now. Like we should not be worried about the Raiders. 4-3.
Yeah.
4-3. And yes, I'm not going to discount Darren Waller, but Darren Waller isn't going to beat a 53-man roster.
That's funny.
So what was that? I got 4-3.
Well, we have the same record right now, 4-3.
Okay.
We got the Lions, dude.
Once again, you're on a hot, according to me, which I truly think is going to happen. You will lose to the Panthers, beat the Bucks, beat the Raiders, and then you will go to Detroit, and I think we are going to lose that football game.
I can see that absolutely happening.
Every single time we go to Detroit, we lose. Every single time.
Yep. It's on Halloween too, so you know that some of our defensive linemen are gonna get a little hungry, not for any sacks or anything, just for some snacks, not any sacks. But I do think that we are actually going to lose this game, and it's going to be a very, very low scoring game. I think it's going to be something very, very boring game to watch. So you might as well just go trick or treating with your kids. I think it's gonna be like a 10-6 loss, something really nasty like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a trap game, in my opinion, for the
Yeah.
Eagles. I mean, it's hard to say a trap game for the Eagles because they're just not that great to begin with, but
Yeah.
it's
You're,
gonna be a trap game, like it always is.
and Don Don's going to be okay. What's up, Don Don? Don Don, Detroit's going to win this game. You're going to be going from Vegas to Detroit back-to-back weeks. Every single time we go there, we lose. I don't think Dan Campbell is the answer in Detroit. I think he is about 20 years too late when it comes to the discipline that he's instilling into the football team.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see. You're in a dome. Realistically, we don't really do well in a dome when we're expected to win.
Nope.
So I have us losing. What do I have us losing? I have us losing 24-16.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got us 4-4.
Yep.
You have us 4-4 as well.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Then we come home. Chargers at Eagles. I think Jake Elliott is going to walk us off for 3. We're going to win 27-26. Jalen Hurts is going to capture his first game-winning drive as a NFL quarterback in this one. And Elliott's going to finish it off for him. So I think 27-26.
I think this will be an interesting game. Justin Herbert has proven he was the best rookie quarterback last year. I do think he is a great quarterback and all, but I don't think he's really played in a stadium like Philly yet. There's a few stadiums that may have been close, but if the Eagles are on a roll and they're doing better than we're saying they're going to do, it's going to be a tough crowd there for the other teams. They do have Keenan Allen. They do have Eckler. Do have a pretty decent defense. But I do think we are going to beat them. It will be very similar to the game I think that we played them. I think it was the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
When we played them, it was a pretty tight game.
When LeGarrette Blount got let off the tracks and just destroyed everybody.
Yeah, and I think it'll be just like that game, like where they just start to creep up at the end, but it's just not enough for them. But I think that I actually agree with Noah on this one. I did have it 20-17. I just do. It's something with me saying Eagles are going to score 20. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, we can't beat the Lions, and Mr. Wing, it's all love. But you want to say that I have just pure hatred in my heart? It's truly starting to seem like you have pure hatred in your heart when it comes to Carson Wentz. Because if I recall, the first Lions game that he ever played in, when we were trying to run down the clock because we were winning, Ryan Matthews decides to fumble the football.
Yeah.
And then we get it back and have a chance to win the game again, and Nelson Aguilar drops the ball. And then if you want to fast forward to the second game, and I think it was only 2 games that Carson ever played against them. Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll have to double check. But yes, you had Matthew Walsh brings it up. J-Jaw cost us, and I can't believe I just called him J-Jaw. Number 19 cost us the game against Detroit in 2019 when he dropped the touchdown pass. And so did Dallas Goedert.
Yep.
And that was in 2019 where we had all of those drops in all of those losses.
Yeah.
And if you catch those balls, Jalen Hurts isn't on this football team right now because we would have went 11-5 in that season, but or maybe even 12-4. So, yeah.
You have them winning, right? You said.
Yeah, 5-4 right now.
What was the score again?
27-26. Jake Elliott wins it on the walk. Jalen Hurts' his first victory.
All right.
Walk-off victory. All right, and then we travel to Denver. Eagles at Broncos. What do you have in this one?
I actually have them losing this game. I feel like it's gonna be a heartbreaker. I feel like I can see us losing on. I hate to say that we're gonna lose against what it's either Teddy Bridgewater or Drew Lock. It sucks to say that, but I just think that the climate will get to the Eagles. It is going to be in November.
Yep.
It's probably going to be snowing like hell. It fucking snows during the summer there. It's just a hard stadium to play at, and their fans are loud and stuff. But I just think that this is gonna be another trap game for the Eagles. I do think they're gonna lose this one, um, 23-17. It'll be one of those where you just don't have enough time at the end. I think just Hurts just throws one up, and it's like 5 yards short of a touchdown or something. Like something just
Yeah.
nasty happens.
Yeah, we lost against Jared Goff last year when we played LA.
Was he playing?
It was week 2.
Oh, he was playing. Yeah.
It was week 2, right? Last year. Jared Goff. I'll look it up real quick. But yeah, at Denver, like you said, elevation's going to screw us. Their defense is rejuvenated. I think Jerry Jeudy has a breakout year. Teddy Bridgewater, he is what he is. I think he's going to play slightly above average. He's going to win his home games, especially if his defense does show up. Yeah, I think we lose that. Like you said, I also think it's going to be a heartbreaker, 14-13. It's going to be a low-scoring game because our defense shows up in weather like that. But yeah, the elevation's going to get to this offense, and we're not going to know what to do. So I got us 5-5 now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me check up on
Both 5-5.
yes. And if you want to do your next week, yeah, we lost to the Rams.
We did lose 37-20, I think.
37-19. We lost.
37-19.
Yes.
And we did get lit up by Goff, didn't we?
I mean, we got lit up all together.
Yeah. Yep.
That was the again. People want to blame Wentz for everything last year, which yes, he played a huge part in the absolute collapse of the 2020 Philadelphia Eagles season. But if everybody remembers, right off the bat, Miles Sanders fumbles the football. First play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the Rams territory. That was the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. And it was so early in the game. And we just knew it was going to be one of those games too. You just have that feeling.
Yeah, totally disagree, Mr. Wing. Totally disagree. Respectfully, but totally disagree. Yeah, Red Sand. Whoever their starter is, we're not beating Denver. 5-5.
Wow. Okay, so after that heartbreak, we go and play the Saints, who we still usually can't beat.
I mean, that was the coming out party for the Jalen Hurts legal team.
Yeah, usually can't beat, but I do think the Saints, they figured them out a little bit, maybe this game, maybe not. For me, this one, I had them winning. The Eagles actually winning this one. The Eagles are actually going to win this one. I think at home, I just think that the Saints, the quarterback situation there is going to be a little iffy. I mean, the only reason why I think we won that game last year was the lack of video that they had on Hurts and stuff like that, obviously. But also the fact that Drew Brees wasn't playing and they had who the hell they had back there? They had the little gadget.
Taysom
Hill. That's the experiment.
That's another guy that we all thought Jalen Hurts was going to be.
Yeah, the little that was sad. But yeah, they got a little bit QB factory going on down there too. But it's not even players that are being drafted; it's just free agents. But no, they will win this game. I think 27-24.
Okay.
I do think that the link will be bumping, like I say all the time. And it's just and another thing, bearing like Michael Thomas even playing this year, I just do think that he's going to be a huge part of their offense. And if he like decides to hold out or not play this season, I think that would be huge for the teams that they play. And I mean, like, who do they really have after Thomas?
I mean,
They don't have really.
they
They
still got
have Alvin.
Alvin
They got
Kamara.
Kamara.
They got Kamara. They got a solid offensive line. They always got phenomenal tight ends. And if you mix that in with Taysom Hill, who is a gadget player, he will be a run first. I don't even know what type of quarterback he'll be. But when you have a great offensive line, when you have Alvin Kamara, and then when you have all the tight ends that they do, and you throw in Slant Boy, I think that's going to be an offense that we may have trouble with.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, Hurts played them when there was absolutely zero film on him. And yes, he had a phenomenal game. I don't want to take that away from him.
Yep.
But the second that he got film on him, the Arizona Cardinals figured him out in the first half of that Cardinals game the very next week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he started putting up numbers in the second half, and that's why he got over 300 yards, over 60 rushing yards. At the end of the day, we still lost that game, and he still got figured out after one game of tape on him. So, I don't know, dude. I see this as an L, and I want to talk about some comments. Sebastian coming in hot. Haven't even started yet, and we have no energy. I think we have great energy. We both are saying that this team is likely, or they have a possibility at making the playoffs, winning the division. If we stand by till the end of the season, till the end of our predictions, you'll see that I have them winning the division because they have a better division record than the Cowboys. I had the Cowboys going 10-7, 3-3 division record. I have the Eagles going 10-7, 4-2 division record. So I think our energy is pretty damn high, especially for what this organization has done to us since winning that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like I think our energy is sky high. Like we make something out of nothing. Offensive line, top 3 offensive line when healthy, and it looks like they're all healthy right now, with the exception of Dickerson. Solid offensive weapons, young offensive weapons. Why? Like, do you want us to raise our voice a little bit, raise our tone?
Yeah, maybe. Should I start screaming? I don't know. My parents are probably sleeping right now. I can wake them up. Show me to Sebastian. What is that? What's on your? Is that a frog? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, it's a profile picture. I don't know.
I thought you were talking about my screen. I'm like,
No,
where the fuck is there a frog?
No, but yeah, I think that Saints game is going to be a win.
I got it as an L. I got it as an L, 27-19. Yeah, it is in Philadelphia. Yeah, this is probably a game that we should lose, and I think we will lose this game, 27-19. So it is kind of contradicting my little theory, but I think we're going to fail to win this game. So I got them at what, 6-6 right now.
6-6.
No, 6. I got them at 6-7. Hang on. 2-3, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4, 5-5. I got them at 5-6.
I got him at 6-5 right now.
Okay. And Mr. Wing, we overdrafted Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was going to be drafted in the 4th round. That's what it was. Like, we see all these college quarterbacks that are just phenomenal in the Big 12, that are just phenomenal in the Pac-12. And then, for some reason, they don't get drafted until the 3rd, 4th round. Because the scouts see that their game doesn't translate to the NFL. And that's what all the scouts were seeing in Jalen Hurts. But then Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie got a little gun happy, and they pulled the trigger. He was overdrafted. Whether we like to admit it or not, whether his legal team likes to admit it or not, he was overdrafted, and it will still be the dumbest pick in Philadelphia Eagles history. Jalen Hurts could go to the fucking Hall of Fame, and it'll still be the dumbest pick in NFL history. Like, we always bitch about the lack of depth on this team. And I said it an hour ago. You want to know why there's a lack of depth? Because we overdraft quarterbacks in the 2nd round when we already have a quarterback. Like, I don't know what else to say. You guys are making me sound like a hater. But it's the truth. Jesus.
Hold on, let me just. Yeah, man. There's just a lot of different opinions on that. I mean,
The
you might be right.
situation no, it's worse than Danny Watkins. It's worse than Marcus Smith. It's the situation. You did everything in the Philadelphia organization did everything that you could possibly do to build this team around Hurts this offseason.
Mhm.
Why have you never done that? Why didn't you ever do that for Carson? You're signing Mike Wallace. You're overpaying Alshon Jeffrey. You're bringing in an injury-prone Deshaun Jackson. And you're just drafting just complete scum for the kid. That's what you did all throughout Carson Wentz's tenure. And then the minute you draft the second coming of Russell Wilson, you build a team around him? You damn right Jalen Hurts better succeed this year. They can just get a fucking manicure and pedicure this offseason.
He was never intended to be the QB1. He was never intended to be that guy.
They should have fucking thought of that. They really should have. Especially if they already knew that Carson Wentz was a little bit of a head case when it comes to not mentally being there and not being mentally strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you knew that, why would you do that?
It wasn't. I don't even think it was necessarily mental. It was a mix of mental and physical. Man, he was hurt. He was hurt, Jimmy. They needed somebody.
So you know what? You should have fucking drafted an offensive line so that Jadeveon Clowney doesn't plant his head in the ground. Or maybe you should have drafted somebody that was just tough and actually stand up for the quarterback that just got his head slammed into the turf. Maybe put a guy that likes him around him. Everybody loves him in Indianapolis.
Everyone loved him, man.
Nobody fucking loved him.
Besides Alshon Jeffrey, everyone loved him. His the offensive line would die for anybody.
The new kids did not. You want to know who liked him? Fletcher Cox liked him.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kelsey liked him. Lane Johnson liked him. Travis Fulgham liked him. And then who else from there?
He has nothing to do with the defense. So Ertz. He's not. I don't see why you wouldn't like him.
Carson did not quit on us. This organization quit on him. Stop it. Stop. We did this poll a couple weeks ago. He's the most polarizing figure that this city has ever seen. Stop. Because if this city loved him, he would still be here right now. Mm-hmm. It's facts. If this organization loved him, he would still be here right now. I'm done. I'm not talking about Wentz anymore. What's next? What's next?
We got the Giants away.
A W, 22-17.
L.
All right. Well, you're not going to be – I guess you're going to be shocked when the Giants come here because I got that as an L. But that's later on in the season.
I got an L. I got the L for the Giants, or for the Eagles at least. I just don't think that – I don't know. I have a weird feeling about that game. Danny Jones, it's gonna be a similar game to last year. You know when Danny Jones had that run where he fell?
Yeah. He
had like a 90-yard touchdown, but he fell.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those games. I think it's gonna be a within 4-point game.
Dude, it can't be one of those games. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Carson Wentz put the team on his back in the last 6 minutes of that game with nobody around him. He's throwing to a 5'4" Boston Scott for the game-winning touchdown. So the game can't be like that.
Nah. Even though the Eagles had that game, I do think we'll actually lose this one, whereas Hurts wouldn't be able to get that game-winning drive. I do love Hurts, but I just don't think he has it in him yet. But it's a learning process. So I do think they'll lose this one. I said 22-18.
Mr. Wing, what did Donovan do once Cobb was drafted, besides lose another NFC Championship game. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about right here? Because all throughout Donovan's tenure, we didn't win a Super Bowl. And guess what? When this guy was drafted, what happened in his second year? Injury or not, he didn't win the Super Bowl. He didn't play. He doesn't get the ring. What happened the second year he comes here? This franchise that was absolute dog shit since 1933 finally wins a Super Bowl.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus. This man will defend Carson at any point.
I got them winning 22-17 against the Giants. I think Daniel Jones sucks.
Yeah.
I think that
it's just about who will suck more at that point.
Like I've been trying to say, like, all of these people are trying to make me out to be a Jalen Hurts hater because of how much they put him on a pedestal. Like, I'm just trying to restart with the kid.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I already gave the explanation. He was 1-3, got figured out in his second game ever that he started. He did. But then again, he had a terrible offensive line, no running back, bum receivers that hated this organization, a terrible play caller and an NFL head coach in Doug, which I love Doug. He won a Super Bowl, but he sucks at play calling. And then a front office that was setting the roster on game day. Like, that's what Jalen Hurts had to play with in his last 4 weeks. And we still just try and put him on a pedestal. It shouldn't be like that. It should be a restart. It's unfair to Jalen. But like I said, I'm not a Jalen hater. I think we're going 10-7. I think we're winning the division. And if that happens, it's because Jalen stepped up. It's the X factor this season. It's Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Oh my God. He got figured out in the first half. And I'm not saying that it's his fault because of the shit that was around him. But just because you throw for 300 yards and rush the ball for 60, it doesn't mean you have a great game. You lost. So what am I at? 6-6?
Yep. Both 6-6.
All right. And then
Jets.
they stay in East Rutherford and they play the Jets.
Yep.
And I don't think Zach Wilson is starting by this week.
No?
No. It may be an injury. It might be a just sit him out because the Jets aren't going to be relevant at this time. And
quarterback,
whoever their backup is, I don't know. Who's their backup? The Jets suck.
Know. Yeah.
Jets suck. We'll win this game 42-26. I think this is going to be a huge game on the ground for the Eagles. I think we're going to get a defensive touchdown, and the only reason why the Jets score 26 points is because it's a blowout and we play a soft zone at the end of the game. And that's how they get all their yards. Like, people don't get that.
Yeah.
That teams score and put up yards because they're getting blown out. That's how Dak made so much money. He's a 500 quarterback.
Yeah.
That's why Hurts is put on this pedestal in Philadelphia already.
Okay, I said the Eagles would win this game. I just think that the Jets are way too young of a team. Robert Saleh hits his first season as a head coach, so that should have been our coach, man. I don't know.
No, I like Sirianni.
I do too. I'm not liking what we did so far in the preseason, but it's whatever. It's what he thinks best for the team. I think that this one's going to be a win. I was saying 34-20. I just think they just take care. Like you said, I think they just get ahead right away and they just play a soft zone.
Yeah.
And that's the only way. I think that we can hold an even 10 points.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be one of those games. So
yeah, Mr. Yeah, for sure. For sure. We don't got to worry about the Jets. It's going to be a blowout. No, the best 37-40. Yeah, we're going to win by 20. Yeah, Mr. Wing. It's a conversation. There's no harm here. We're talking about sports. It's all love. I love you, Mr. Wing. Always contributing. A lot of people get underneath my skin when we talk about Carson Wentz. It just happens. But then again, Mr. Wing, where's the same love with Carson in 2019? Where's the same love with Carson all throughout 2020? Is the excuse that Jalen was a rookie? Because, that's a valid excuse. But if at the end of the day, they were still playing with the same dog shit roster around them. The only difference between Jalen and Carson in 2020 is Jalen actually got Deshaun Jackson back. Jalen actually got Alshon Jeffrey back. Jalen had a playbook, had a game plan suited to what he does best. We were bitching and complaining all year that they weren't doing that for Carson. Right?
Yeah.
So where's that same energy? What up, Pete? Ben Simmons jersey behind me. Nah, it's one of the rally towels that I got at one of the games this year. I surprisingly enough, I don't even have a Ben Simmons jersey. I have a Embiid, Maxey, and McConnell jersey. We got to give him 14 games this season before we really even cast judgment on Hurts, and proper offseason for the most part. Unlike last, Red Sand. I totally agree with the second part of that statement. You catered everything for this guy. You set up a solid defense with a bunch of veterans that are looking to get paid next year, so they're going to be balling out. Mm-hmm. You rebuilt the offensive line, and it's like a broken record.
Yep.
It's going to come down to Jalen Hurts, and it shouldn't take 14 games. No. It really shouldn't. Mm-hmm. I think we'll find out by week 8 what Jalen Hurts is.
Yeah. Because
remember, he has 4 games of tape on him. So it's almost like he's a rookie this year. Howie Roseman looking for a clue.
Oh, man. So what do we have right now? We have... What are we?
This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. What are we doing with Jalen Hurts? Are we just giving him handies? In the words of Tom Arnone, we're just giving out handies left and right like it's nothing. Come on, let him breathe, dude.
Made the most. I mean, yeah, he worked his ass off, but he also just got a wide receiver. So I mean, it's not like he got left in the dumps, And that's a little bit of defense going towards Carson Wentz's way. They didn't draft him a wide receiver.
Here we go. I don't know if this is a troll job or not, but let's just stop. Number 19. I think 19 is just saying this because he's about to get cut. Yeah, the contract is just a bunch of bullshit, in my opinion. Dude earned that contract, whether we like to admit it or not, and then they gave him complete dog shit around him. So I don't know what else to say when it comes to Carson. Are we going to be doing this all year? Are we going to still compare? Because am I the one that started off the comparison with Carson? If I was, I apologize, but I really don't think I was. I was just trying to ride with Jalen. But if we keep comparing Jalen, let's just make this a agreement right here and now. Let's not even bring up Carson on the Phlite Zone. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it strictly Jalen Hurts. Now, if you want to bring up Carson, I'm all for the conversation. Evan's all for the conversation. It's sports radio, Philly sports radio. We can talk about whatever the hell you want. We can talk about whatever the hell our viewers want.
Nope.
But if we want to talk about Carson, this is how it's going to be every single time. Because I'll stand by it. This franchise fucked him royally. Mm-hmm. What are we at?
Washington, and it's at Philly.
Okay, I'm at 7-6 right now, and
I'm at 7-6.
Okay, I got this as a win. I got us 8-6. I think we sweep Washington this year. Mm-hmm. I just feel like there's a lot of expectations surrounding Washington. Mm-hmm. I'm saying they're going to go 7-10, 2-4 in the division. Mm-hmm. And I say we win this 27-20. That defense is very, very good.
Yep.
And we'll see if we could get around them. We'll see if our offensive line is going to be healthy enough come week 15, week 16.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
I
But
got
I'm saying
this one,
27-20.
dude. I got this one as a loss at home. I do. It's going to be weird because I'm going to have the Eagles win. Like I feel like they're not going to have that great of a homestand. Like they'll have the link and all that, but I do not think they'll play well at home this season. I do have this one as a loss. Actually, I just think that Washington's defense just too good for the Eagles. It's top 3, you think, right? You think the Washington defense top 3?
I mean, off the top of my head, yeah, I guess so. Like
Yeah.
what? You got
The Rams,
Washington, Rams, Tampa, San Francisco if they're healthy, but I don't think they will be. So we'll see.
Yeah. And yeah, Philly sports passion, you're completely right. Yeah, man, they do own us. Just Whiteside said they're a dark horse NFC champion. I don't know. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he's good.
He won't be playing in week 6. Like all the Ryan Fitzpatrick love, he's not going to be there in December.
No, and this you're gonna have what, Taylor Heineke or whatever the hell his name is.
I like Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke. We'll see. Yeah, he's just like another one of those Trace McSorley guys. I don't know. Like it just gives me that vibe. It just gives me that vibe to him. I don't know. He's not anything special. But again, the Eagles like to play down to whatever quarterback they're playing. AK, remember when Andy Dalton, almost lost to Nick Mullins. Oh my God, Nick Mullins, we need to bring him up. He's absolutely garbage. But he is a third-string quarterback. But damn, I didn't know he turned so much more dog.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know how San Francisco won any games last season.
You want to know what this? Look, I said that this past preseason game against New England showed us 2 things. It was Alex Singleton is a dog, and Devante can get off the line like no other person in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Third thing is it shows us how incompetent this front office is. It shows us the lack of depth because you have no cap space, and it shows us the lack of drafting skills because that's really what it was. All those guys don't deserve to be wearing NFL gear, like at all. They don't deserve to wear the NFL shoulder pads, the NFL helmet.
Nope.
Like, how do you score 0 points in a preseason game?
And if take their cups away, take their mouthpieces away, yeah, they don't deserve any of that. How is Jaquette still on the team too? He sucks. He fucking sucks.
All right, I got them at 8-6, and then right when you think things are going really well, we're on our way to a division championship.
Yep.
The New York Football Giants come to Philadelphia, and I think we just shit the bed. We take them lightly. It's been an overall good season up until that point, 8-6. You're expecting a win, and then the Giants come out and smack you in the mouth. I think we lose that game 14-12, and we are 8-7 at that point with 2 games remaining.
8-7. Okay, yep. I got a win actually this game. I just think that the Eagles haven't really got it done against the Giants recently at home. Fuck, I hate the Giants so much. It's going to be a day after Christmas, mind you that also. So hopefully.
Oh, yeah, don't ruin our Christmas.
Yeah, please. But, man, we got to get to one of these games if we can. I'm not paying like $300 if they're going to make the playoffs, though. But
dude, the Jets game, game at East Rutherford. I've been hawking down those tickets, so I'm thinking about going to that one, and then maybe I'll go to a game at the Link. But I don't know yet. Yeah, maybe we'll set something up.
Yeah, so but I do have this one as a win. I think the Eagles take care of business this game just because I think Hurts will have a good game. I don't know. I just think that Daniel Jones is just dog shit, but he's I don't know. I think they do I said they would win this one 24-17. to 12. I don't even think the Giants have a touchdown this game. I just think that's just purely all.
Dude, Saquon's going to run all over us in this game. I just feel it.
Goal. I don't know.
All right. So I got 8 and 7, 2 games remaining. You got what?
I have one less one than you do.
So 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we travel to Washington. Philly at Washington. I got that as a W. We sweep Washington this year. They're going to crumble under pressure. I just don't think they're going to exceed their expectations. And I say we win that game 20-14.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I have this one. I have them winning this game. I already mentioned a little bit before. I just think they won't perform as well within the division at home, but I think that for some reason, oddly enough, that they'll do pretty well away.
Yeah.
I just think another like it's gonna be very like there's not gonna be that much happening between those few weeks that we play. I mean, we only play the Giants, then we play Washington right again. So I think if they lose that first one, then they'll win the second one just because they know what's going on and who they're playing.
Yeah.
I said they would win this one. I said 30-20.
Okay.
20. It's gonna be it's kind of a stretch saying 30 just because their defense is so good. But I do think if we figure out their defense,
I don't think they're going to be as good as last year.
No, I don't think so. And they've lost some guys on their defensive side, and I don't know, man. I just have some weird feeling. Then we got Cowboys week, that last week.
It's going to be for the division. I think Molly Mall was sticking around this whole time just for that. Week 18, I guess it's going to be.
Yep.
We're going to win by 2 touchdowns for the division. For the division title, we will beat the Cowboys. We will be 10 and 7. We will host a home playoff game, whether it's against I don't know who it would be. It would be the best wild card team. So I'm assuming it would be somebody in the NFC West.
Yep.
Maybe Seattle. I think LA is going to win the NFC West.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco. Yeah, maybe it's Seattle again. It seems to always be Seattle. So we'll see what Jalen can do against Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got us 10 and 7. We're going to win week 17. We're going to have a better division record than the Cowboys. So therefore we win the division. And it seems like Molly Mall has the same thing, unless he's trolling.
7.
I got 10 and 7 Eagles, 10 and 7 Cowboys, 7 and 10 Washington, 6 and 11 Giants. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if Dak is back by then, week 18, you know damn well he's going to shrink at the link.
I said that the Eagles would win this one as well. So that would mean that they would be 9 and 8. I just think that's pretty fair one for the Eagles. They do, even though they do have the easiest schedule. I do think they'll win this one actually by a Jake Elliott field goal at the end. I think it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game, just a defensive game, even though the Cowboys' defense sucks bad. I don't know necessarily that if Dak is playing or not. I don't know, man. Like
he'll be playing by then.
I don't know.
He will.
I think I don't know. I feel like the reports are more serious than they actually or they're more serious than the reports are actually showing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't know. Now I'm reading all this bullshit like Nick Foles is maybe a trade partner for the fucking Cowboys. What the hell am I reading? Yeah, man.
No comment.
Dude, you upgraded one. You lost your best franchise defensive player ever in Sean Lee.
I mean, they got Micah Parsons, Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith.
You better hope Van Der Esch comes back.
Like
comes
you
back.
guys have had all of these guys before. Like Micah Parsons is the one exception.
Yeah. He's gonna be whipping his buddies in the shower again like he was at Penn State.
Molly Mall, I love you, but it's the same old that I hear every single fucking August. We upgraded this, we upgraded that, but at the end of the day, you're the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
And right when you think they're gonna give you happiness, they're gonna grab you by the balls and pull. Like that's what's gonna happen. It's what the Phillies do to us every year. Like, don't get us wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's a great transition to our next topic, but I need your offensive X factor and I need your defensive X factor.
That's what they did. Come over here. Oh Jesus.
Dude, Philly Sports Passion, I love you too. I don't trust the organization one bit, but I look at all of the veterans that we signed on the defense side of the ball, and I still look at the main guys that we have from the Super Bowl team that are going to be huge parts of this ride that we're going to have. I love Sirianni's energy. I love Gannon's energy. I love the style of play that I'm hoping that we get with a run-first offense, with a quarterback that has a run-first mentality, with solid running backs in the backfield with him, with a solid offensive line, with two great tight ends, and then wide receivers that are just lightning fast that could take the top off the defense. Like, I'm liking all of that. And if the football guys take care of the football operations and the nerds take care of the money operations, then this team is going to be a 10-7 football team that win the division. Now, if we're saying that, yeah, do you really think that's going to happen based off of past experience? No. But I want to come in with an open mind. I'm not trying to drink the green juice, but I'm just hoping that Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie can get out of their own fucking way.
Yep, man, I agree.
And with that being,
everyone give us a fat like.
Oh yeah, yes.
This is a lot of work to put in. No notes still.
No radio.
This is off the dome. But yeah, this is a pretty good, I think, prediction. I think it will be fairly close. Fairly close to everything. I mean, you said the Eagles are going to win 10 games, and for almost $10 a month, you can join the A2D membership and get all sorts of. You can go on, come roast me and Jimmy, come talk, come.
Oh, I love people to come on.
Carson Wentz.
I would love people to like. I would love that. I would love to talk, have conversations about Carson. Because it's great video. It's great cinematography, videography, whatever the hell you want to call it. You do get the appearances on the shows, members only streams, shout outs, and weekly picks from Nate from the Money Pot Podcast and Willie Vegas coming with you with all the fantasy details that you guys need. And the bottom line is one of them will always be right.
Yep.
If Willie's off one day, Nate will be on. If Nate's off one day, Willie will be on. So make sure you get those memberships. And also remember our great sponsor in Manscaped. Got the Lawnmower 3.0. It's amazing. No nicks, no scratches. It's lovely. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock the confidence and always use those tools for the job with Manscaped.
Sure. Go get some grilled cheese after too.
Yeah. Come down our way to Ocean City.
I don't know if you've seen the pictures, but I need to go there. I want pretty bad.
It's a good item.
It was like a cheesesteak grilled cheese. That actually looked good as hell. I need to definitely go hit there soon.
People are trolling now. People are just trolling. Like, come on.
No, he's trying to get.
No comment. No comment.
He's trying to get a rise out of you.
No comment. Before we move on to Phillies for a little bit, and then we'll end the show with Ben Simmons. I need your offensive X factor, and I need your defensive X factor. The two guys that are going to be crucial in us getting the division title, because 10 wins will get us the division title.
Okay.
And it's Ocean
What-
City, New Jersey. Ocean
Yep.
City, New Jersey.
Do you want to do a breakout too? Should we do a breakout as well?
Yeah,
Breakout player on
yeah,
each.
we can do a breakout play.
All right. So my offensive guy, it has to be Jalen Hurts.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna agree with you with that.
100% Jalen Hurts. I think that if he facilitates, does what he has to do, I think he'll get to the Eagles to where they want to be. Get the wide receivers right, get the offensive line right, and just stay healthy and just dish out. You know.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. Jalen Hurts is going to be the X factor on the offensive side of the ball. I've said it ad nauseum. We already know it. Healthy offensive line. You built everything possible for the kid this offseason, so he needs to show up. And if he doesn't show up, that just means he wasn't the guy.
Yep.
And you either A, keep him to be a backup, which you apparently that's what you did. You drafted him to be a backup. So, yeah, you can keep him. And then you use one of the picks next year, whether you package the picks to move up to get the best quarterback or you use it as trade bait. Get Deshaun Watson, get Russell Wilson if he's unhappy next season, get Aaron Rodgers, whoever the hell you can think about.
Mm-hmm.
But Jalen Hurts is the X factor on the offensive side of the ball.
For sure. What are you thinking about the breakout player on the offense side?
I think Rager's going to have.
Who is it?
I got Rager. I think Rager's. I think he's going to break out. He's going to have. He's not going to have as many yards as Jefferson. I think you were the one that said that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't think just solely on the fact that I don't think Hurts is going to be throwing the football enough for him to get over 1,000 yards. But I think Rager is going to be our punt returner. I think he's going to take back a couple to the house, which we will desperately need.
Yeah.
Because special teams will always win you a game. And then I think he's going to have close to 1,000 yards receiving wise. So I think Rager's going to be the breakout.
Yeah. I do think he'll fill that role in. I know that they're not in the same position, but that Sproles, we always talk about every year. Who's that next, like, Sproles guy? You know how we had Boston Scott the last few years having that Sproles factor, I guess you could say. But I guess like Rager will have that role of being that punt returner guy, maybe kick returns. We'll see. But for my offensive breakout, it's going to be kind of a cliche one, but I think that Dallas Goedert will be one of the
it would be huge
guys this season. He had a pretty good season last year, but he didn't do as well as everyone thought he was going to do. But
Molly Mall over.
He'll become a lot more involved.
Yeah. Do you think Dallas is going to get close to 1,000 yards receiving? Because that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate success for a tight end in the NFL.
The only reason why I'll say no to that is because they still do have Ertz at the end of the day. Yeah. Ertz is still going to be heavily involved in our offense, especially if we play the 12-man that you hate. It might be. I mean,
I'll like it with Hurts. I'll like it.
Yeah, with Hurts it will be different. There's a lot of breakout players that can break out on the offensive side, just solely on the fact that none of them did that well last year. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see about these guys.
I also have a bold prediction for the offensive side, and it's going to be for my my rugby brethren and Jordan Mailata.
I had a feeling you were going to say something.
He's going to earn a Pro Bowl this year. He's going to be a Pro Bowler. Yes, wow. He's going to be a Pro Bowler. And Molly Mall coming at us with his breakouts and X factors for the Cowboys. He's got Zeke on the offense and Diggs on defense. And then he's got CD on the offense, RG on the defense. We'll see. We'll see. I think we're both going to be 10-7, Molly Mall. It's going to be a fight to the end, like it usually is. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to take it for you. That's a bold prediction, Don. But so I got who do I got? So we got to move to defense now.
Yep, defense.
Defense. Our X factor is going to be Steven Nelson. If Steven Nelson has a good year, our defense is going to be locked down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big if. I think Slay's going to have a bounce back year. But if Steven Nelson has a solid year, he's 100% the X factor. He will shut down that second receiver if Slay's putting people on an island. So I think it's only right for Nelson to be named our X factor.
I was actually going to say that too, but I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit and go towards our D line. I do think that Brandon Graham, I think, should have a pretty good year. He is going to be kind of an X factor this year. It really depends on what's going on with Barnett and Slay. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure Barnett will have that starting job.
Yeah,
but I remember last year I said that Sweat would have a breakout year and have more sacks than Barnett. I think he may have, just because Barnett's hurt.
Possibly.
But the X factor, I think it'll be Graham. Just because we've been relying on him for the last few years, and he's produced. Yeah. So why not keep going with it?
I think that whole defensive line could be considered for an X factor because with the Kerrigan,
you would say
Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams is looking good in the preseason as well.
Yep.
So we're hoping that he could translate to the NFL game come regular season. But yeah, that whole defensive line could be considered an X factor. And for my breakout, I want to say Singleton, but I won't be cliche. I will switch it up, and I will go with – how do you think Avante is going to do in the slot? Because I still truly think that Cravon is a better slot corner than Avante. But
we saw Avante Maddox a few times in the slot, and I didn't
get all the hype, you know?
Yeah, I didn't, but I think it was just because he did so well that year that we played the Saints. I just thought he was just playing on a higher level just because the whole other defense was.
But I think he was, because it was Rasul on one side, Avante on the other, and then Cravon in the slot. I think Avante was playing the worst out of the three of them.
Yeah. I had a feeling of that too.
I like Avante. I think he's a cool dude. I just think another guy we tend to overrate. So maybe he has a breakout year, maybe not. Maybe you could even consider him as a X factor because he's going to be your slot guy.
Yeah.
But Steven Nelson, he'll be the X factor, and I think Fletcher Cox is going to have a great year this year, phenomenal year. He has more troops on the defensive line, which he hasn't had in a couple years. So, and yeah, Marky Mark, Eric Wilson could have a breakout year as well. But I think Fletcher's going to bust it this year, dude.
Nope. I think the breakout player for me is going to be I'm going to say Singleton, man. I just like what I've been seeing. I don't even necessarily want to say a breakout from him because he did have a really good season last year as well. That ending, I just want him to see him pick that up again, bring that back. And I've seen during the preseason, I've seen some good things. I've seen some consistency, which we haven't really seen from the linebacker spot in the last few years since the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but it would be a breath of fresh air if he had a really good season.
Yeah, awesome stuff when it comes to the Eagles. Before we switch to some Phillies and Sixers or the last 20 minutes of the show, a lot of people asking about the receivers, what we think about the receivers. A lot of Greg Ward. I know it was brought up a little bit in the beginning of the show. If J.J. Arcega-Whiteside makes the team over Greg Ward, it'll be complete horseshit. The competition doesn't even matter anymore because Greg Ward's been your best receiver over the past 2 years. So I think Greg Ward will make the team. I think he's been hurt, but he'll still make the team. And Mr. Wing asked, do we have Rager over Smith? No, Smith is clearly going to be our best receiver, but I think Rager's going to produce this year. So off of the top of my head, my fingers, I got Smith being our 1, Rager 2. Greg Ward will be the slot receiver pending health. If not, Watkins will be that 3. And then you got Travis Fulgham, who will be a rotational guy. And I guess John Hightower.
Yeah.
Maybe you sign another guy to bring in. Because you got a really young wide receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you could sneak Hightower onto the practice squad and bring in a vet.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's going to happen with the receivers this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you, man. It sucks because like there's not really a veteran presence in that wide receiving core. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know.
Maybe there won't be snakes in the locker room, snakes in the grass.
Yep. Because when you have those old heads in there, it just tends to be issues.
Yeah.
Like the one guy that we had, what the hell was that one guy's name? He was a cornerback from the Cowboys a few years ago.
Scandrick.
Who was totally right all along. Totally right. We busted on him. We called him an asshole and all that. But like at the end of the day, was that guy wrong? Was that guy wrong, Jimmy?
He was not wrong.
He wasn't wrong.
He was not wrong.
Wow.
But then again, he could have been wrong that season.
Yeah.
Because that was Malcolm's last season, right?
Mm-hmm.
You signed all the guys that you shouldn't have signed, and you left all the guys that you should have signed out in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm, Ertz, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
So that's the thing with them. We'll see what happens with the Eagles. It was a good Eagles conversation. Very exciting. I can't wait to get into the meat and potatoes of the Philadelphia Eagles season. Molly Mall having a field day right now.
Oh, I have a quick question, actually. Do you actually think that the Eagles would cut Fulgham?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think he played nearly as much as he should have on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that indicates to me that they already know what they're going to do with their wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they're going to cut Fulgham. And number 19 sucks. I don't care if he's good on special teams. He doesn't deserve to be here. Like, if you just want to play special teams, go play special teams in Miami like Matt Collins did. Because Matt Collins sucked, but his excuse was, oh, he just loved to play special teams. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, you want to talk about softies?
Oh, my God.
But, yeah. All right, let's talk a little Phillies, and then we'll get into Ben Simmons for the next, 15 minutes. What are we thinking about the Phillies? What I think about the Phillies is they are the most mediocre franchise in sports history.
Mm-hmm.
Even more mediocre than the Cowboys, because as much as we bust on the Cowboys, as much as we hate on the Cowboys, as much as the Cowboys are mediocre, they did have 2 very good stretches in their franchise history.
Mm-hmm.
So just because of that, they aren't the most mediocre franchise in sports history. It's the Philadelphia Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you think that it's time to let go of hope, i.e. a 3-game sweep at Arizona, which I totally saw coming, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I didn't say it. I was trying to keep up hope. But it's just such the Phillies thing to do to get swept by the worst team in baseball at the time.
Yep.
Now, maybe if they came to Philadelphia, it would have been different. But it just had it written all over. Going out west, the travel, the blah, blah, the heat, whatever excuse you want to do it. And then you go to San Diego, and you almost sweep them. You damn near sweep them.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I thought Jankowski caught that ball. I really did. But I don't know, dude. The schedule's going to be easier after this 2-game Tampa set. The Braves are going against the Yankees, Giants, Dodgers. They're going against everybody and their mom.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to get within 2 games before that Atlanta series, the end of September, and then you need to win that series.
We play them again?
We play Atlanta one more time.
Oh,
yep.
It's away, right?
At Atlanta, yes.
Wow. Okay. We need to get our fucking revenge on Atlanta, man. That's all I'm saying. We can't have another one of these meltdowns. And dude, it's almost as if every time we talk good about the Phillies,
Well, yeah.
that they just absolutely just shit the bed. It's just disgusting. We were just riding so high on them, like about a week and a half ago, I think.
Well, yeah. That was our whole point. That's why we put them in timeout this show, because whenever we're so high and gleeful on the team, they come back and slap us in the face and shit on our mouth. Like, that's what they do to us.
Just do it, Reese. And Reese, man, Reese has been on a little bit of a tear.
He'll go 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
Oh
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Yeah, I see. I'm just doing that thing that talk good on him, so he shits the bed.
Yeah,
and breaks out and doesn't have a hit until September. Just Whiteside's wearing his Utley shirt. Gosh, I wish we had someone like him.
Number 19. Why are we betting against our team? Like, that's a lot of money. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I hope you lose, because I want the Phillies to make the playoffs. So I genuinely hope you lose your $2,600. All love, respectfully. Like, I love you. I love how you're contributing, but that's just terrible. Like, don't bet against your teams, dude. Like, that's just such a scummy thing to do. It's such a violation.
That's a violation.
Yep, Mr. Ring, totally right.
What are we thinking about all these outings with Nola? Are you thinking, like, what is a key to us coming back from? We were just up 2.5 games, I think, 2 weeks ago, and now we're 5 games behind. What's the key, Jamie? What's the key? What do they got to do?
Well, the key is you gotta beat. All right. I don't want to do predictions, because every time we do predictions, they just slap us in the face.
Yep.
But you need to split with Tampa Bay Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm hoping you sweep them. You're at home. There's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to beat Tampa Bay at least once. And then you go to Washington, I believe.
Yep.
You go to Washington for 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm sorry.
No.
You got the 4-game set against Arizona, which you have to sweep out. You have to go 5-1 over the next 6 games. And then you got a 3-game set in Washington. So what? 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be 7-2 at the end of those 3 series.
We were talking good about them right after it was that it wasn't last week's poll. It was 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. It was the poll was it'll be
a
disappointment.
Worried?
It would be a disappointment if they lose
the
Dodgers and Red Series. And yeah, that was a disappointment.
Then the week after it was are you worried that they lost those 2 and now they're So our prediction in the month of August, I think I had them winning like 20 games and losing 7, and they've already lost that. Wow, they've already lost the. No, it was from. No, you remember okay, so we did the predictions from that week till the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had them winning 27 more games or something like that, and losing 7 or 9, but they're almost at 7. So
here's the deal. Atlanta just lost to the Yankees tonight, so thank you, Mr. Trump. Yankees did take care of the Braves for us tonight, so we are 4.5 back. If we do beat the Rays at home these next 2 games, which you got to take it game by game, but once you get past the Rays, you have a smooth sailing schedule. Mm-hmm. The only block in the road will be at Milwaukee, but you took care of Milwaukee in the beginning of the year. You're starting to get healthy. Your starting pitching is looking phenomenal.
Yep.
Nola, I need you. I need you, brother. I really need you to pitch the exact same way you just pitched against San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be having you come out like you did against the Reds. Like, this guy is just so mind-boggling to me, because he's either really, really, really good, or he just has an atrocious inning that just sets him up for failure the rest of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yes, Marky Mark. Braves next 7 games. Yankees, Giants, Dodgers. Let's say they go 3-4 and you go 6-1, which you should. You should go 6-1. You got 2 games against
Tampa.
4 games against Arizona, and then you start off a series against Washington. You got to go 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Braves will go 3-4. Guess what? You're a game and a half back.
Yep.
I'm not taking Arizona lightly, Don. I love you, but there's no way in hell that that shouldn't be a sweep at Philly. You should embarrass them for what they did to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, that's Phillies talk. Dude, it's going to come down to the wire. You got to get within 2 games before that Atlanta series. That Atlanta series will be
was it second week of
September? It's the second to last series of the year.
And then we play the Marlins after that, right?
Yes, at Miami.
You know what's happening.
Well, we take care of business against the Braves, and then we get swept by Miami.
Yep.
And then we don't make the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Dude, if that happens, I
quit.
Might jump into the Atlantic Ocean and not come back.
I quit being a Phillies fan.
Dude, you just made me lose all hope now. After saying that.
Dude, I can see it happening. All right, let's get in.
Don's ready for it. Don's ready for it.
Something else I can see happening is Ben Simmons absolutely shooting no jump shots this season after practicing all summer.
What up, Brian?
What are we thinking, Jimmy?
What are we thinking? Let's give Brian the poll real quick. Brian's always contributing to us. We appreciate that. Brian, the poll for tonight was, will the Eagles play meaningful football in December? We both agreed. We both had them winning the division at 10 I have them winning the division at 10-7. What was your final record?
I had them at 9-8.
Okay. You have them sneaking into the playoffs or no?
No. I am actually losing. Yeah, not me.
All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into Ben Simmons for the next 5-10 minutes. It's just such a shame, dude, because I look at this guy. I look at Tyrese Maxey. If Ben Simmons wasn't a little, you know what? Would we have the next LeBron D Wade 2.0? It's a simple jump shot. That's literally what it comes down to. It's whether Ben Simmons wants to shoot the ball when it comes to an NBA game, and it's whether Tyrese Maxey continues to develop into the player that we think he will become. Because if he continues on the path that he is right now, he is the second coming of Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
And we always compared Ben Simmons to LeBron. And if LeBron would just shoot like that when he's wide fucking open at the top of the key in a playoff game in Game 5 of the second round, which he just always seems to disappear. If you get the ball at the top of the key and you just turn and look at the basket and shoot the ball, like I said 6 months ago, dude, we win a title.
Yeah.
We win the title. And it's so freaking frustrating.
It is.
I truly think that he just wants to go to LA or he wants to go somewhere out west. And then I truly think he will shoot the ball once he gets out there. He doesn't want to play for us anymore.
He doesn't. I agree, man. It's just
it hurts me. It hurts me.
Ever play for us. That's the thing. I never had a feeling that he ever wanted to play for us. I thought it was just because of his dad's legacy that he had in Philly for a little bit or whatever that was. I just think that was just absolutely it was the right pick, but damn, dude. Why did it have to end like that? Or why is it having to end like this? Another Philly star just can't handle it. Just can't handle it.
And it's just unbelievable because the amount of support that this guy had. Like, yeah, you could take what you want on social media, on Twitter, because that's an evil place. But when it comes down to it, all the way up until Game 7, that whole Wells Fargo arena was cheering for him every single time he hit a fucking free throw. It's a free throw. You're an NBA basketball player. There's no reason why you should be shooting less than 80%. There's no reason why you should miss one.
Yeah.
Everybody should shoot a free throw the way that Steph Curry shoots a free throw, the way that JJ Redick shoots a free throw, the way that Reggie Miller shot a free throw, the way that Ray Allen shot a free throw. You should miss every once in a while because nobody's perfect. That should be every single NBA basketball player. But guess what? It's not. And when it came to Ben, every time he made one, when he was shooting 28% from the free throw line, the Wells Fargo Center would go nuts. The first time he made a 3, Philadelphia went nuts for you, dude. There was people like me.
Sharks. Yep.
There was people like me, about half the city, that was just going all in, defending you. And year after year, you give us the same bullshit. You show us how good of a shooter you are, and then come regular season, you won't shoot the ball. Maybe you'll shoot it every once in a while. Come the first round of the playoffs, you'll not show up one game and then just be absolutely fucking phenomenal the next. And then you'll win the first round of the series, and then come second round, you shrink and cost us. And as much as it pains me to say all that, this guy isn't going to be traded. He isn't. He's not going to be traded until All-Star Ben comes out next season.
Yeah.
And then the question is Daryl Morey going to pull the trigger?
And are other teams willing to pull the trigger for Ben? Do they believe in him? Do they – I just feel like the only fear that all these other teams have is Ben going to develop his game for our team, or is he going to do what he did in Philly? If he's intending and saying, oh, I don't want to play for Portland, I don't want to play for Sacramento, why would Ben go shooting balls or put in any work if he's going to a team he doesn't want to play for? Because he's already playing for a team he doesn't want to play for.
Well, he thinks he doesn't want to go anywhere but Golden State or LA, and he knows LA is out of the question. So he wants to go to Golden State. So he's doing all these summer videos to try and raise his trade value, which isn't happening.
No. Nope.
And, dude, as much as I love Dame, I'm going to keep on saying it, and it's a very unpopular opinion. We're going to have the guy for 3 years, and you're going to be getting rid of Matisse Thybulle and Tyrese Maxey, and probably draft picks, which doesn't matter. But you're going to have Dame for 3 years, and that doesn't guarantee me a title. It doesn't. So is that worth it?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, Brian.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly, Mollywall. Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, they're not giving rid of Clay. I would take Clay. I would take Clay after 2 significant injuries, but
yeah, man, there's really not much to say about Ben because we've seen this before, and that's all we can really say about it because the history is against Ben right now, and it's just he's honey dicking us, dude. Just like one of my favorite movies, the Interview, he's honey dicking us.
Yep,
that's what he's doing.
Yep. Yeah, and I feel like it's a very unpopular. It's probably a silent minority of Philadelphia fans that have the same opinion that you and I have, and that's, do we really want to mortgage the future for 3 years of Damian Lillard when it doesn't guarantee us a title?
Yeah, and I don't get it.
So yeah. All right, we'll see what happens. Great show, guys. Make sure you guys check out Hockey Happy Hour tomorrow night with Brian. They run a great show over there. Everything you need to know about hockey. Look, I'm a huge Flyers fan, diehard Flyers fan. I don't know as much as these guys know about about the entire NHL. It's unbelievable. They have a great show. They run it every week. So check out Brian on A2D. YouTube, Twitter.
Prayers up to the Hayes family too, man. That's
Yeah,
upsetting.
that was just tragic. We no idea what happened, but shout out to or prayers up for Kevin Hayes and his family. It's just unbelievable to think about.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So tell your loved ones that you love them every single night because you never know what's going to happen.
Sure.
Guys, it was a great show. Thank you, everybody, for contributing. Molly Mall, Brian, Mr. Wing, as always, Sebastian coming in hot, Don, everybody out there. Who else did we have tonight? Of course, number 19, my guy. I hope you get cut. I hope you don't get your $2,300.
Howie was in
Howie
there.
Roseman. Howie, where you at? Oh, he's looking for a clue. Looking for a clue. Martian Lynch, as always.
Oh,
we appreciate you guys. Remember, show is always brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness is a great product that promotes a wellness, promotes balance, hemp. They have everything, topicals, gummies, you name it, they have it. Use discount code A2D and we'll give you 25% off. So, boys, it was a great show. We'll see you next week. By the way, next week, probably going to be another heavy Philly show just because whatever happens, we'll probably have to discuss it. But the following week, the reason why we did this Eagles show tonight was because next week will be Phillies. Following week, I believe we have a special show for you, and we will just keep that up in the air. So 2 weeks from now, mark it on the calendar. Don't want to say anything now because I don't know if it's official yet or not, but we will see what happens 2 weeks from now. It's going to be a great show. So we'll see you guys next week. We'll discuss Phillies. Have a great night, guys.
Peace out.